As an international student, it is important to understand your immigration documents and understand your immigration requirements. Let me first talk about your I-20 document. Your I-20 is your student immigration document. It includes your SEVIS ID number. That number matches what is on your F1 visa. In most cases, you will keep the same SEVIS ID number during your entire period of study, even if you transfer to another university in the US. The I-20 also has an area for your personal information, the school information, and your program of study. The program of study area will show your program start and end date. At the bottom of the I-20 will be your advisor's signature and your signature. Page 2 of your I-20 is very important. You will need it signed anytime you leave the country and want to re-enter. Before you leave, meet with Rachel Wood, your immigration advisor, and ask her to sign. Customs and Border Patrol will look for that signature when you are trying to re-enter the country. Your I-94 form is your arrival record. Every time you enter the US, you will have one of these created for you. You probably didn't even realize it was being created. It is an electronic form. It is not a paper that you are given. Your I-94 will have your admission number, your most recent date of entry, your class of admission or your visa type, and your admission expiration. For all of you, your record should show a DS for duration of status. That means that as long as your I-20 is valid and active, you can remain in the country. You will access your form online at the website at the top of the screen. You should make sure it is accurate every time you enter the country. If you're unable to retrieve your record online, you will need to contact Rachel Wood so that she can help you. Important things to remember about your passport. Your passport must be valid to enter the US. It actually must be valid for at least 6 months. If it's 6 months from expiring, talk with Rachel Wood about the process to renew it. Butte College will keep a copy of it in your file in case you lose it or it is damaged. Your F1 student visa is an entry document only. You can think about it as a key to unlocking your entry into the US. Your visa does have an expiration date. Everyone will have a different expiration date depending on the country from where you applied. Because your visa is an entry document, it is okay for it to expire while in the US. As long as your passport and I-20 are valid, you will be legal in the country. But remember, if you leave the US, you will have to apply for a new visa before you can return. As an international student, when you got your student visa, you agreed to the following things. They are requirements for you to keep your student status. Number 1, you must enroll every semester as a full-time student, and at Butte College, that's 12 units. We will talk about units later in the orientation. 2, you must keep your address up to date with Butte College. 3, you must get a travel signature before you leave the country. And 4, at Butte College, you must meet with your international counselor at least once a semester. You will be meeting with your counselors later in our orientation. Another important thing to remember about staying in status is that you are only allowed one online class a semester to count for your 12 units. However, as you know, there has been an exception to that rule for the spring 2021 semester. We just covered a lot of information. Do you have questions? Your immigration advisor is Rachel Wood. She can talk to you about all parts of your immigration status and documents.